Hello Scorpio, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, I hope you enjoy the reading. Okay, so we've got the first, I normally pull 3 houses of interest and then we go from there. So the first one to come out is the 3rd house, then we've got the 1st house, and then we've got the 5th house. Let's get some astrological guidance now. We've got Mercury retrograde, and that's coming up in your 3rd house, air element. And then we've got Aquarius, I know. Bottom of the astrological deck is Grand Trine blessings. Let's get some goddess guidance now. Okay, so we've got Artemis. We've also got Una, easy does it. Let's see what else we get. Okay. Bottom of the goddess deck is Ishtar boundaries. Let's get a fairy tarot now. Three of summer. Very pretty cards these, they really are. Bottom of the fairy tarot is 6 of summer. So that's 6 of cups. Okay, let's get a destiny card now. Risk. Okay. This will go with the 5th house. Okay. All right, so let's start with the 3rd house. So this is the house of communication. So all forms of communication, this can be written, verbal, or even body language. So everything that you're going to express. Now this can be to a wider audience, you know, to so like a general message that's being released. It could be part of your work or just part of your personal life. But it can also be to do with communications with specific people, like general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, and siblings. And also neighbors can come into this as well. The 3rd house also covers documents and contracts, anything like that coming in. Now you could be receiving a message, or you could be giving a message, you could be hearing things, you know, hearing news. That also comes in with the 3rd house. It also covers short journeys, so you may be taking a short trip of some sort. You know, it's associated with more than likely car travel or something like that, but you know, it's normally a short trip, not a long journey. Now we've got here Mercury retrograde reinvention. We've got Artemis Guardian coming in as well for this section. So the Mercury retrograde is coming up now. It's going to be in force from the 30th of Jan through to the 21st of Feb. But there's a little bit of a drag on either side, a little bit of like a shadow period where things may be noticed as well. So broadly speaking, it usually means that your communications will not go as probably not go as intended. So double check, triple check all your communications. Make sure that you have more than one person possibly looking at your documentation on your contracts, because there may be a few things in there which you could miss, just overlook, or you just didn't notice them, something like that. So maybe bring a fresh pair of eyes in. Either that or go over something repeatedly again and again over a period of time until you've picked up everything that needs to be looked at. It can also mean your communication devices can also go off or sort of go on the blink, things like that. You can misplace things as well. So generally communication is a bit off. Sometimes you can be misinterpreted, or an email that you're going to send doesn't get sent. It goes into the drafts box or something like that. Sometimes your servers go down or there's like glitches that happen. So all of these things, that's on a practical sort of basis, but all your contracts and documents, anything that's coming into you, also be careful with. And also just be aware with things like gossip or hearing news or hearing something on the grapevine. Be very careful, especially with this Mercury retrograde. But the main thing for me for Mercury retrograde is a time for review. So this is something, it's a period to go over certain things. So it's not a good time to be launching anything, or to initiating to initiate a big action, or to purchase something large, because more than likely it won't go as planned, or you'll have to take it back if it's a purchase, or something will need to be tinkered with. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If you can put off something, then put it off until the period has passed. So it's that energy. It's the Mercury retrograde energy. It also means anything with a re in front of it. So this can be review, it can be reinvention, it can be repeat, relocate, anything with a re in front. So, if you need to go over documents again, or if you need to go over a plan that you've got, you need to go over it again and again. So it's back to the drawing board, going back to the drawing board about something, something that you even want to say to somebody else. It could be to a family member or within your family circle, or something like that, or something that you need to say. Just go over it again and, be very clear about what it is you want to say, because, as I said, things may be misinterpreted. Now, with Mercury retrograde, it can also mean something is coming back into your life. So this can be, it can be a person. Quite often it can be a person, or it can be something coming back for you, something for you to go over again or to look at again. So it could be something from the past which raises up again, some situation or experience, or something that occurred, and you now get more information about it. In some cases, a person can pop in to link up with you again, like a friend or a relative or something. So you join forces again, or they could come in to deliver information to you, or they could give you closure on something as well. So it could just be somebody saying something or doing something which is a trigger for something from the past, and it either closes something off or it gives you information, valuable information. Normally, any conversations you have with people from the past are very fruitful. They really help you in some way, or they give you vital information. So that can also occur with the Mercury retrograde. And it's coming up in your Mercury rules the third house. So it's going to be very important, this, whatever it is that's coming up for you. We've got your Artemis Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So it could be that you need to speak to your family members or somebody around you at this time. You could be just a little bit worried or concerned about certain things to do with that, or you are concerned about some aspect around them, some form of communication. You could be hearing something, or you could be receiving news, or you could be wanting to link up with them, or something going on in this environment. But it's saying that whatever prayer or request that you've sent out to ask for protection for them, and they may be going on a journey, or they may be just a bit concerned about something or going through something, and you're sending out a prayer or a request to your spirit team, just know that they are spiritually protected, and they will have what they need. So and what it's saying is that rather than putting your energy into worries and concerns like that, because often what you do when you do that is you draw the very thing that you're worried about straight to you like a magnet. So let go of that. Rather focus on your particular sort of brand of love and light. So this could be the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you do things, some sort of form of communication. It could very well be this person coming back and then you need to speak to again, just something, but you're spreading your love and light, you're a little word of encouragement or something that you can communicate to them. Even just your presence will help to spread that around. You could also be a sort of a guiding light for somebody, or you could, this is the fire in the darkness, so this is something that is going to sort of stand out for somebody. Somebody will see that light and be drawn in, and so spread your love and light around, and it's bring that into your daily life. It's also focused intention here as well, something that you need to be focusing on. So don't put too much energy into worries and concerns. You've sent up a prayer, and that will be honored. Now we've got here first house. This is the house of the body, your physical body. It's also your vitality and your life force, your energy and so on, your chi. It's also your appearance. So you may be wanting to change something up there. It's also what you're projecting outwards to others. So this can be your attitude, your beliefs, your demeanor, how you're coming across to other people. So it's what they see when they see you. Now that can also be your characteristics and your personality and so on. So something may be shifting or changing, or you may have a different outlook at this time and they're noticing that, especially, as I said, with the spreading your love and light, this light here. You're keeping the home fires burning for something. You're actually spreading some sort of glow, and others are going to notice that. Okay, they're going to notice that. So it's all about that, but it's also your physical body. So you may be wanting to change something, your routines. Perhaps it's a new exercise routine, or you just want to change something which is going to increase your vitality and energy or confidence. It can also be to do with your own self-oriented interests and pushing those forward, or thinking about that, something that you like to do personally, something within your, it could be a physical thing, or it could also be something that you're interested in, a hobby, something like that, and focusing on that. But it can also be the way you are meeting the world in general. So this is like your personal independence, how you're moving forward in the world. When you set course, what course are you setting for yourself? So, and others will perceive that when they see you, they'll perceive that as well. So we've got quite a bit of communication. Again, here we've got air element communication. So this is definitely highlighted for you. Just be careful with the Mercury retrograde that you choose your words with care. Double check, triple check everything, okay? But with the air element communicating, this is very much about communication. It's the air element, so it's also your ability to analyze something. So you may have something which you're puzzling over to do with yourself. It could be your health, your well-being, or something to do with the way the route you need to follow now, how you're going to move forward. And your, sort of what you're projecting to others, your beliefs, your attitude, your sort of when you socialize, what are people seeing when they see you? It's also the way you express yourself, So this is it's about that, but it's also that you may need to be looking at something, weighing something up to come to a logical decision. Air element, so it's about analyzing things, you're weighing something up, and just sort it out, whatever it may be. Just tackle it from an analytical point of view, and then you'll be able to sort out what is the best course of action. It could also be to do with an interest of yours, a hobby. So that's important. But also with the air element, this is also very much the card of communication. So, but it's communication with yourself, but also with what you express. And this can be your thoughts, which translate into your words, and then what you express outwards. And this is manifestation. So whatever you want to manifest in your life, especially because third house is highlighted in your chart this month. So this is saying to you that positive thoughts and positive words. So now this can be also if you want to speak something into existence. So something that you are aiming for, and this is why you've got the first house. It's your personal independence, the course you want to set. So announce it. Announce what it is that you are intending to do, and be optimistic and sort of any problems, just problem solve. But it's about manifestation, and it starts with you. So you must bring it down. You must actually think it, and you must speak it into existence, and then that will bring that to you. But positive things that you want. You don't want to be speaking about, talking about, or thinking about things that you don't want, because then it's going to manifest it. So rather be focusing on what you do want. Don't focus on things that have upset you or been problematic for you in the past. Focus on what you are wanting to bring in, and solutions rather than problems. That's very much about the air element. It's also about all sort of tech type things. This is normally advanced tech can come in, but it can also be words as to do with writing and so on. So this is like science fiction. It also covers all the sciences. So you may be involved in a scientific field, or you may be writing science fiction, or physics, and so on. It also governs you know, any kind of science really does come in with this. It's also, in some cases, it can be air travel. So you may be going on a short journey, but it's air travel, and it's a sort of a quick hop. You know, we're not talking massive distances here. But sometimes air travel does come in with this. Also, perhaps visiting a place which is quite high up. So this can be like a mountainous area, somewhere that's high up, or it's certainly more elevated than where you are normally. And that is very helpful, because that gives you perspective. Any place that you can go high up will give you perspective. So that helps to give you clarity about certain things as well, especially if you're grappling with a problem or you're trying to decide what you need to do about something. Raising yourself up and raising your consciousness will actually help you to see with clarity what needs to be done. So we've got here, Una easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So she's saying that this is about following through on your pet causes or things that are very, very important to you. Now, this could very well be your hobbies and interests, because it's first house. This is your own personal interests. So it's about following through on that, but it's something that is important to you. And this can also be relationships, because it's first house. How you are in your first house is how you're going to come across to your person in the seventh house, so your partner or your relationships. So, you know, how you are in yourself is definitely going to have a bearing on that. And it's saying that, you know, when you nurture yourself and you nurture your pet causes and your relationships and anything that's important to you, it takes nurturing, and it takes you know, applying effort to that. And you can't force or hurry these things. They've got to unfold as they're supposed to, and that is why it's saying that perfect timing is at play here. Things need to be just right, and then whatever it is that you're trying to initiate will occur. So just take it slow. Just go along. Don't be too concerned about your life purpose or your goals, because they may be too big for you to digest at this time. So just one step at a time, small steps towards what it is that you're aiming for, one step at a time, and that will assist you as you go along. Now, this is also to do with sort of like one step at a time. As I said, I feel this is to do with something that you're trying to initiate, something that you're wanting to do. Don't get too caught up with the big picture. Rather just narrow it down and allow some things to be handled by the universe. Allow things to unfold as they're supposed to. And this can be you know, allowing divine timing to take place. So you get out of your own way, as it were. And if you're wanting to change something within your first house, so this could be a physical routine or something like that, it's saying to you that just do it step by step, but it might also be something that you're wanting to do in addition to, you're running alongside other things that you're doing. It may be that you've got a hobby or an interest or something that is of personal interest to you, which you would like to do full time. But at this point in your life, it may just be that you need to just do it as a sort of a part-time thing initially, and then slowly you move into where you want to be. So that's why I say, yes, have a goal in mind or something that you're working towards, but just allow the timing to unfold as it's supposed to, and just do whatever you need to do in the moment. Just something else I was thinking with the third house as well. This can involve sort of car journeys or vehicles as well, do come in with the third house. So just be aware that with Mercury retrograde, if you are wanting to make a big purchase or something to do with that, just wait until this period has passed. So rather wait into March, I'm feeling, because what might happen is you might make it can also apply to things like car servicing. So you may actually be wanting to do this or to make a big purchase, and then you find that something doesn't work and you have to take it back, or there's some kind of hitch or delay or review. Anything can come up for a review, so just be aware of that. It could even apply to a small journey that you're taking in a vehicle. If you do have to go and you cannot avoid it, then check your spare tire, check the electronics in the car, things like that before you set off. Okay, now we've got here fifth house. This is the house of creativity. So it's also the house of children. So some of you may have children, or you may be involved with children, either yours or somebody else's. It's also the house of all kinds of recreational activities. So this can be sporting. It could also be a club. Anything which is pleasurable and enjoyable for you. So this can be handcrafts. It could be little hobbies and things that you're enjoying, but it's recreational fun, and pleasurable activities fall into this house. It's also the house of love affairs, and it is also the house of your individuality and your originality, and this is where the creativity comes in. So don't get being artistic and creative confused. Not all of us are artistic, but all of us are creative. So it's how you use your creativity, and that can be just the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you do things, the way you cook. You can apply it in many, many different ways. And so it's your particular brand within that, the way you do things, your individuality and your originality to do with that. It's also the house of risk-taking. So now, in some cases, this can be to do with like the stock market, and in some cases gambling, but it's normally about risk, taking a risk of some sort. So now we've got here risk. So this is coming in for you in some way, shape or form. We've got Aquarius, I know. So the Aquarian energy is air energy again. So we've got quite a bit of air here. And this is about also seeing into the future, getting glimpses of the future. So this is, you may be getting little sort of impressions, or you may be seeing trends, or you may be seeing currents in society or currents in the way things are moving. So especially if you're in the creative field, okay, that can come in for you. But it can also be about getting glimpses of when you're trying to plot a course forward, when you're trying to plan for the future, you may just be getting little insights with this, and that may be very helpful for you. It may even be to do with your children, so something like that. But it's also a very the Aquarian energy is very high tech, almost like advanced tech, futuristic tech. So it doesn't matter what level you are with technology at this moment. It's saying that, you may get an upgrade, or there may be a slight step up. So you may be going from one type of device to a bigger, more faster or more complex device, or you may be really going cutting edge. Or your children may be, and you are sort of on their coattails figuring things out. So it can also bring that in. But it's also about, you may have the support of friends or people that are around you that are like friends who are quite supportive. They're going to support your ideas, because with Aquarius, you can get really good ideas coming in. really groundbreaking ideas, things that are almost inventive, you know. And you've got reinvention here. So for some of you, this may be very important. And here you've also got air elements. So there's science and science fiction involved here. So it just depends on who you are and what you do. But it's all about that. So you may have a really good idea, and people are going to come around you to assist you with something. It could also, as I said, be to do with your children, or it's your creative field, or it's your particular something that is very individual to you. But it could also be from a risk-taking point of view. Maybe you've got a really good idea and you are wanting to creatively launch it, but you're not quite sure how to go about it. And there may be some cutting-edge people around you, or very unusual, unconventional people around you as well. All this idea, or this whatever it is that you want to do, may be very unconventional and sort of unusual. Or you may have a child who is like this, okay, who is very Aquarian by nature, and there's something coming up to do with them this time around. And so, you know, if it is an Aquarian child, then they will have those sort of everything I've mentioned, sort of, they're quite technically advanced, or they have just very different ideas, or they may be just unconventional or unusual in who they are. They can be quite androgynous, so, you know, their features are androgynous, and they can have interests which are cutting edge or unusual, unexpected, so on, or very futuristic, or they're interested in that. It can also be that you're coming into contact with foreign or sort of foreign concepts or ideas, things like that. Also social reforms and global consciousness all comes in with Aquarius. It's a very universal energy, is the Aquarian energy. We've got here Ishel, Medicine Woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. So whatever it is that you're doing in this fifth house, whether you're trying to launch a little business, or you've got a creative idea, or you've got children and you're channeling this Aquarian energy, it's part of your divine healing power. So whatever that may be, it doesn't have to be necessarily spiritual. This can be something that you do in which you channel, probably unconsciously, your healing power into that. So it can be the way you do things, the way you may have a really creative bent, or you may just have a way of connecting with children, or it could be in a project or something that you're busy with, or it's just some activities that you're enjoying, some recreational activities, and you are using a lot of your personal power, and that is a channel for you to push this energy through and spread it out to others. So as I said to you here, with your spreading your love and light, and it can also be a healing light, you know, whatever is your way of doing things, whatever is your particular sort of flair with things as well, and this is your channel. So this is your way of bringing that healing through. It could be the way you talk to others, it could be the way you go about things, you know, and sometimes just your presence around, you know. So be aware that you can connect to heaven, and you can connect to the energies, and you can channel healing power into whatever it is in the fifth house that's important for you. You just need to connect, and you can do this through meditation, through spiritual studies, or just doing activities which are, you know, this can be recreational activities which are sort of different or unusual, or it could be something that's like a repetitive thing, like some sort of physical activity like cycling or rowing or running, or whatever it is that's a repetitive motion, puts you into a meditative state, and that brings that's how you connect, and you start channeling this energy down for yourself or for others, however it works for you. But it could even be yoga, you know, whatever it is that you have a resonance for, you know, do it with love and devotion, and you will connect, and then you'll be able to bring this healing energy down. And if you've got children, then this is a wonderful thing to be bringing in as well. It could also be that you've got, as I said, you've got some sort of idea or something that you're trying to, your individuality, your particular way of doing things, your flair. And you may just be, as I say, channeling that down, but it could also be something that you want to launch, or something that you'd like to do, and this is your way of spreading your healing energy. It's a vehicle for it. But there may be a little bit of a risk involved. It may be unusual or unexpected, or just different from other things that other people are doing. And this is why you have the Aquarian energy with you at this time. So now, bottom of the astrology deck is Grand Trine Blessings. So this is a lovely energy to be having in, and it's saying to you that there's something coming in here which is kind of like a lovely flow. So obstacles that you may have been grappling with in the past or in the past few months probably will either dissolve or they just will disappear on their own. So there's flow now, and you can go with the flow. So it's about that. It's about being able to move forward. It can also be completion. So I say that because you could have somebody coming back into your life now which is going to drop something into your lap or going to give you some information, or you're just going to have a chat to them and you'll get closure, or something will be settled for you within, settled within, and it's going to cause you to sort of be contemplative and to be reflective, which is very much the Mercury retrograde energy, okay? So something could be coming in for you to do with that, but it's going to bring in harmony and it's going to bring in flow. And it could very well be that some block which you've been struggling with for a long time just gets removed, okay? It's a very lovely energy. It also can open up your connection to the divine, but also the connection to yourself. This is a very, it's got a lot of flow. So this is about your talents, your abilities, or your just inherent skills, things that you do or say or create, whatever it is. There's something that is opening up or is getting free reign now, and so this is going to brings in a lot of blessings for you, because that opens lots of doors. All right, some blessing, something is coming in and it's going to be a blessing for you. It could be multiple blessings, but whatever it is that opens up for you, whatever's settled for you, whatever gets sorted out, if it's something that you're working on and you want to move forward with it, you must keep your hand on the wheel to steer it or to anchor the blessings down. Don't just sit back and let it wash over you and not actually be active about it. You still have to anchor the blessings down. So if opportunities come to you in the form of blessings, some doors open for you, then follow them, keep going until it's all sorted out. You may not all of them may work out for you, but certainly one or two, or at least one, and just follow them all through and just go with the flow and see what comes in for you. With Ishtar, boundaries: love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So this could be in any one of these areas, because you've got third house messages. You've got first house, which is to do with your own personal interests, and also your yourself, your energy, your vitality. May be taxed at the moment if you've got a lot going on and you've got other people sort of coming at you for various things. It could, if you've got a family, it could also be your family life, or it could be in a love affair as well. But it's saying that just check your boundaries. Okay, some of them may need a bit of a review. Some of them may not be necessary anymore, and others may need a bit of a review or a change around. And this is why you've got the Mercury retrograde as well. There's something that you need to go over, something you need to check. Now, this can be purely internal, but it's also about expression, documents, communication of all kinds. So in some way, shape or form, you may just have to need to put in a boundary, or to be clear about something. And then everybody knows where they stand. But in some cases, it can also be that you've got an old boundary that you've had in place, and it's blocked you in some way. And that is going to get, I feel it's going to get removed. And then you will have this Grand Trine blessings coming in. So now you've got flow. So just if somebody drops some information into your life, or you hear something, or you suddenly have like an epiphany or a realization, then check your boundaries and make sure that you're not blocking yourself in some way. But something I feel is going to some restriction is going to leave you. So you may have to just check your boundaries, or you may just have to put something in or reiterate something, depending on your situation. Now we've got 3 of summer. We've got here news with celebrating announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you can cherish. Okay, so this could very well be the third house message that you are receiving. So this could be an invitation, or it could be news that you're hearing about this, something that's worth celebrating, Or it could be somebody popping back into your life. As I said, you've got Mercury retrograde here. So it could be somebody appearing out of nowhere, or somebody that you bump into, or they contact you out of the blue, or whatever it is, or somebody you just haven't seen for a long time. And you may get invited to something, and it connects you, or you will get some sort of closure or some kind of harmony from this situation. But it's certainly as well in your 5th house, you could be a member of a club or some sort of activity, or you could have friends and people that are like friends to you. They may be, don't have to be family, but they feel like family to you. It could also be associates, people that are around you that feel like friends. You may not have known them very long, but they feel like friends. They're going to support you as well with your ideas or something that you're trying to achieve in this 5th house. So I feel this is, this is going to help you in some way. There's something coming in for you which is going to assist you in some way. Then we've got 6 of Summer, which is the bottom of the fairy deck. Children or childhood. The return of people or romances from your past. Remembering events differently, in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Okay, so this just sums up what we've already discussed here. Because you've got the 5th house with the children, this obviously may apply to your own inner child as well, or other children around you, or it could be your own children. It really depends on your situation. So something is going to come up with that. Something is going to be revisited or brought up in you. But I do feel you're going to get a lot of information out of this. You're going to get completion. Something is going to get rounded off, or you're going to get harmony through this. Something is going to get settled within you. And it says the return of people or romances from the past, which is again Mercury retrograde. And then also remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So I did discuss this as well, that it could be like something from the past, which kind of may have restricted you, or you had an experience in the past which shaped your attitude or your belief. And it may have inhibited you, or it may have structured your behavior in some way, and now you're realizing that perhaps you don't need to have that. And it could be a boundary, as I said. It could be something that you put in place to protect yourself, or to prevent something from occurring again, or whatever it may be. But something is being revisited here. So check your boundaries. Make sure that you absolutely have only what you need. Don't have unnecessary blocks in your way. And just be kind. Be kind as well, because this is coming back on purpose to assist you with moving forward in some form. I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care and have a wonderful month. And please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.